जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन जमुन तीरा वनचारी। जमुन तीरा वनचारी। यमुन तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवर धारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। Hare Hare. अनर्पितचरीं चिरात् करुणयावतीर्न कलौ समर्पयितुमुन्नतोज्ज्वलरसां स्वभक्तिश्रियम् हरिः पुरटसुन्दरद्युतिकदम्बसन्दीपितः सदा हृदयकन्दरे स्फुरतु वः शचीनन्दनः हन्ताय मद्रिरबला हरिदासवर्यो यद्रामकृष्णचरणस्पर्श प्रमोदः मानं तनोति सह गोगणयोस्तयोर्यत् पानीयसूयवसकन्दरकन्दमूलैः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा जय श्री राधे
Right, right.
very happy and grateful to be here. Thanks to ISKCON Dallas leadership for giving the opportunity to serve. And thank you to the Vrindavan here, because every member of this home begins with the name Vrinda, right? Vrindapati Prabhu, Mataji and Tulsi, that's also Vrinda, right? So it is Vrindavan, isn't it? You can feel the vibes and you're also hearing some Vrindavan sounds around, right? So think them as Vrindavan sounds. And isn't it auspicious that we are beginning the series which we want to discuss about Vrindavan today in the home of Vrindas? And as we speak today, at this moment, the most auspicious day is beginning in India, and it is most crowded there. In Purushottam month, yesterday night we spoke about 63 million people came to Vrindavan in just 1 month. I won't be surprised if that many people turn up today to Vrindavan. It is Vyas Purnima or Guru Purnima, or we call it Guru Punau, because it's Purnima, full moon, and it is Guru Purnima. We honor our gurus, and especially we honor Bade Gosai Ji. Who is Bade Gosai Ji? Sanatan Goswami, the eldest of the Goswamis. This is a very auspicious day, and we are beginning a very auspicious discussion also. So we need blessings of all our acharyas, because they have penned down a lot on these verses which we will be singing today, reciting today, and in the coming days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday morning will be the
No.
four. Did I mess up? No, I didn't.
Thursday. Friday is a new one.
Oh, Friday's news. Sorry, I messed up. So Tuesday, today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday morning
Yeah.
at Shamchandra Prabhu's place. So this will be the flute song, Venu Madhuri. So we need all the blessings so that we can move forward and please our acharyas by our discussion and also effect some change in our heart, right? Katha is not suchana, correct? Katha is not suchana. This discussion is to do parishkar. Parishkar means transformation. Something you want to take back home. So change it for me as well. So with that, we enter. And we write in the beginning, enter a logic. A logic means a nyay, a very central concept of life. Foundation, isn't it? Before building the home, we need a strong foundation, isn't it? So foundation is required to build the home on the top of it. It is also required that if we fall, we get up, isn't it? If the foundation is not there, than than pal, correct? It is quicksand. This will be quicksand, right? Suppose we get up on the quicksand and fall down, what happens? More down, right? We cannot fight with quicksand. This is called Bhumau Nipatita Nyaya. Kya? Bhumau Nipatita Nyaya. Nyaya means logic. Nipatita, fall. And Bhumau, earth. So the logic of falling on the earth. Because if earth is there, if we fall, we'll get up using the earth, isn't it? So that's the shloka number 1 today. The handouts have been, I think, circulated to all of you in the phones. If you don't like the phones, that's fine. You can hear it carefully. But we'll recite many shlokas and Braj songs and Bengali songs also today. This might be helpful. We can set this up also.
Vrindapati Prabhu is setting, nice.
We can set this up also. But in the meantime, I think it is shared with you. All right? See. भूमौ स्खलितपादानां भूमौ स्खलितपादानां भूमिरेवावलम्बनम् त्वयि जातापराधानां त्वमेव शरणं प्रभो त्वमेव शरणं प्रभो Bhumau, on the earth, Skhalita Padanam, those whose feet are Skhalita, डगमगा गए हैं, गिर गए हैं, fallen down, isn't it? Bhumi eva, the earth itself becomes Alamban. Alamban means, how many from Maharashtra are here? Yeah, so Maharashtra, a lot of Sanskrit words are into the vocabulary, abhyas. I think alamban also could be a word, which means support. So if you fall on the earth itself becomes the support, isn't it? Therefore, this person who is saying this is praying to Thakurji. Oh Thakurji, toi jat aparadhanam. I have done aparadh to you. You yourself is my sharan. I have turned against you. I have turned away from you. Now, I don't know. You only make me move towards you. Isn't it? So, this is called Bhumau Nipatita Nyaya, the logic of using the earth. This logic is also used in another sense. What is the sense? See, using our human endeavors and activities, etc., हम अटक गए हैं, लटक गए हैं, भटक गए हैं, है कि नहीं? अटके हुए हैं कहीं, फिर लटके हुए हैं, फिर भटके हुए हैं. We have gotten stuck, we have gotten dangled, and we have gotten in a detour, lost, isn't it? So, but our activities, how about those same activities we can take support to get liberated? How is that possible? That's possible if Krishna comes and acts like exactly how we act. So this is called Leela, right? It's Naravat. What does Naravat means? Like human, isn't it? Of course, there is some jalva there. Some power is there. Imagine, you are embracing suppose Prabhu embraces me and he gets the power like Krishna. Then, ho jayega, right? I'll Trinavarta, Krishna embraced, and what happened to Trinavarta? He died. So there is power in Krishna's Naravat activities, but it is still Naravat. Sucking milk of Putna, good does not happen. That you suck the milk and you suck the life air also. But it happens in Krishna's time. So it is Narvat. It has Aishwarya as well as Madhurya as well, isn't it? But Madhurya is predominant, so it appears like, Are, it appears like us, isn't it? So the faces in the life of Krishna mimic ours, isn't it? Bala Leela, then Pauganda Leela when he grows up, then Kishore Leela, then Navayavan Leela, then he goes to Dwarka and marries. ये बात अलग है. For him, it is Jhara Bhandara, which means anybody who wants to come, I am available. At least it did 16,108 times. So it resembles, isn't it? And that is our solace. In fact, that's the solace for everybody, isn't it? They get attracted toward Krishna's pastimes. Yes or yes? Don't have an option. So you get attracted. And in fact, that's the entire 10th canto, something which we have kept here. There's a reason why we have kept here. How many of you have heard the name of His Holiness Radha Govindas Goswami Maharaj. Heard about him? Some people say he is Shukdev Goswami of ISKCON. He narrates Bhagavatam and he has such faith in Bhagavatam that when after Srila Prabhupada left, he was in Bihar in the Naxalite area. And in the Naxalite area, people caught him and said, "Give us the money." He said, "I have only katha to give." So they said, "What is this katha?" He said, "I will recite katha. If you like it, take it. Don't like it, do whatever you want." He said the katha. They liked it so much. After many years, people say hundreds of Naxalites have become devotees. So such fearless and has power on Bhagavatam. And he would say that it is always nice to keep Bhagavatam whenever we are saying. So just honoring his request, we are keeping this, and this is exactly 10th canto. Bhagavatam has 12 cantos, which is the body of Krishna. 10th canto is the face of Krishna, and the 5 chapters of Rasa Panchadhyaya are the beautiful smile. Make sense? Yes. However, all the other cantos are pointing towards 10th canto, Dashamasya Vishuddhyartham, Navana Miha Lakshanam, that all the other Lakshanas of Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam has 10 Lakshanas, correct? So Bhagavatam has 10 Lakshanas, all the 9 Lakshanas are pointing towards Thakurji. So that Prabhupada would say, prepare yourself with Bhagavad Gita and 9 cantos so that you come to 10th canto. Isn't it? 10th canto has 90 chapters, 45 chapters pehle, which is called Purvardha, and the next 25 chapters are called Uttarardha. So many devotees are there. But whether it is 10th canto Purvardha or Uttarardha or after or before 10th canto, amongst all the devotees, one class of devotees are glorified like anything. Any guesses? Gopikas, right? So it is said by Narad Muni, Yatha Gopikanam. Gopikas are the Dhwaja, Pataka. Dhwaja, we talk about Dhwaja of Bhakti. Why? Because they do not have the disease which we generally have. We have two kinds of disease. I don't about you, I have that. One is called PSD, another is called PDS. PSD is Parasukhe Dukhi. इसकी वाट लग रही है मुंबई में ऐसे ही कहते हैं वी से दैट ओ इनकी मेगावाट लग रही है और अच्छा गीगावाट लग रही है और अच्छा परसुख दुखी थिंक अबाउट वी मे नॉट बी सो ग्रॉस बट समटाइम्स सटल इजंट इट एंड द सेकंड डिजीज पीडीएस पर दुखे सुखी फर्स्ट इज पर दुखे सुखी दूसरा पर सुखे दुखी ही इज राइजिंग अप Can we pull him down? This is called asuya. Paroday dveshaha. Isn't it? If we cannot do by punching, we like to crucify that person in our minds. So this is strange, but they don't have that. For them, it is PSS and PDD. Paradukhe, dukhi. Parasukhe, sukhi. And of everything, tat sukhe sukhitvam. Whatever makes Sri Krishna Thakurji happy, that's what we live for. Everything is about Thakurji, isn't it? It's hard, but they do it, so they are glorified. Now say, wait a minute. There is no name Radha in Bhagavatam. There is no Lalita in the Bhagavatam. There is no Vishakha. Other gopis, any guesses? Chitra, Champaklata, Tungavidya, Rangadevi. Some said Sri Devi. Then they said, no, Sri Devi is not her. Otherwise, some may say Hema Malini also. Well, in one way, all are Thakurji Sakhis, and she is MP of Vrindavan also. But Sudevi, Rangdevi, Champaklata, Tungavidya, Chitralekha, right? Their main name is not mentioned in Bhagavatam. So after every few months, somebody comes and challenges. That's the glory of Chat GPT University, isn't it? So Vedas are afraid of Chat GPT University. Veda says, Vibhet Alpashrutat Vedo Mamayam Pratarishyati. Vedas are afraid of somebody who is Alpashrut. Alpashrut manje काय? Alpashrut मतलब अल्प थोड़ा, श्रुत सुना, जिसने सुना कम है, और who has heard but not applied it, isn't it? It's like armchair philosophy. So Vedas are terrified of these people. Familiar, right? These days, how things go. That Alpashrut can damage the faith of people. So many people talk about, right? Radha is Kalpanik and things like that. But why the name of them is not done? There is a reason. So we have to hear from the person who heard the Bhagavatam why name of Radha is not there. Correct? That's the best. The person who stood the first rank in the class, we should ask him, right, about the teacher and the course. So this fellow is Parikshit Maharaj. He heard Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami. After Bhagavatam is done, his mother is running after him. Wait a minute. Can you tell me the sar? Saram prakashya sarvam jat chukenopadishtam te. What Shukadeva Goswami has told, can you tell me the sar? So he said something. गोपीनां वितताद्भुतस्फुटतरा प्रेमानलार्चिच्छटा गोपीनां वितताद्भुतस्फुटतरा प्रेमानलार्चिच्छटा दग्धानां किल नाम कीर्तनकृता तासां विशेषात् स्मृतेः दग्धानां किल कीर्तनकृता तासां विशेषात् स्मृतेः तीक्ष्णज्वलनोच्छिकाग्रकणिका स्पर्शेन सद्यो महा. आपने प्रसाद खाया लाउडली. ग्रकणिका द्यो महा वैकल्यं सभजन् कदापि न मुखे नामानि कर्तुं वैकल्यं सभजन् कदापि न मुखे नामानि कर्तुं प्रभो. This shloka comes in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and in the last few weeks we have repeated this analogy many times. Gaiya matlab Ved, Doodh matlab Gita, Adhota Doodh matlab Srimad Bhagavatam, and Rabdi matlab Brihad Bhagavatam. Cow, milk, Adhota milk. You know Adhota milk? When you when you boil in such a way, it becomes gada but not liquid. Achintya bheda bhed. So adhota dudh. And after that, it becomes rabdi. This Brihad Bhagavatamrit is what? Rabdi. In a sense of essence, who is talking to whom? Quiz time. Parikshit Maharaj to his mother Uttara. And he is saying, why my guru did not say the name of Radha. You are interested in listening? Why? He is saying, Prabhu, my Prabhu Shukdev Goswami, na mukhe kartum namani. He was never would put in his mouth the names of gopis. Why? Mahavaikalya. He would get anxious, burn like anything. How? Sadhya, immediately. How? Why would have Sadhya immediately? Because he would be touched, sparsha, by Kanika. Kanika means a small flame. Small flame from the bilkul agra bhag of the jwala. Arey, how can he be touched by that? Because if he starts to do Nama Kirtana Kritat, if he takes the name of Radha, mar gaye. If he takes the name of Vishakha, ho gaya kaam. And even if he not takes, but tasam visheshat smritehe, if he remembers them smriti. Why? Because these gopikas are vitatat bhutas bhutatara, the expanding flames of premanalarchi. Archi, we know, archi means fire. They are burning in separation. So if he thinks about them and takes their name, the fire will touch him also. And where will the seva go? He has to do the seva, right, of Bhagavatam. Otherwise, how? Imagine if he went on ecstasy. 10th canto, middle, stop. Think about it. And it is very important to hold ourselves to do seva, isn't it? Mothers know when the kid is in the early ages, right? The mother will be going through headache and migraine and whatnot. Does she say, बाद में करेंगे अभी? नहीं ना? Right? Seva is important. So many times stories come that a saint is sitting and his disciple is doing the chamara. But because of the saint's vani, the chamara falls down because this saint or this disciple went into ecstasy. The Guru said, Baba, kal se seva mat karna. Take some other seva. Why? Because seva was important. And that's our dhan, seva dhan, isn't it? Now our Prabhuji is here. He takes care of the swift troop movement in Sadhu Sangha. Imagine he goes into ecstasy. I don't know about that. People will go into ecstasy and throw alus at him. Correct? One has to hold. One has to hold his ecstasy also in the seva. So he did a great seva, isn't it? Who did the great seva? Shukadev Goswami, but not talking about it. So, should we not talk about gopis? No. Then the acharyas came. They wrote about it. Arey, this gopi is Radha. This gopi is Vishakha. This gopi is Lalita. Isn't it? It is said in Braj. कोई दिखाए तो दिखाई देता है. कोई सुनाए तो सुनाई देता है. Isn't it? Somebody has to show us. Isn't it? So, our acharyas came and showed. And they showed that Gopi Yatha Gopikanam in the 10th canto is the supreme, and in the 10th canto, 6 songs are the best. Now, please understand, the songs are not fillers like Bollywood. Aati nahi 63 times. बाद में पता लगा लोगों को. There was a song I counted how many times that hero is saying Aati nahi. 60 times. Such a filler. Maybe they were not having some plot. It's not a filler. These songs are not fillers. These songs are we can say Dakar or burp. Now, in ordinary life, we speak and burp both, and it's messy. But in the lives of these devotees, they remain silent, isn't it? Only once in a while, an udgar comes out, the burp, udgar, a heartfelt pukar to the Lord, and we catch that, isn't it? Very, very sparingly it comes out, isn't it? These are those 6 songs. So these are not fillers. Songs of Bhagavatam are not fillers, especially these 6 songs. These 6 songs which come in the 10th canto. Would you like to know what are they? So we go from Piche se. 47th chapter of the 10th canto is Bhramar Geet. Bhramar manje bee, bumblebee. This particular discussion happened in a very unique place in Vrindavan. How many of us have been to Vrindavan? Yeah. Those who have not gone, maybe you can catch Prabhu's lotus feet and he'll pay on Mataji's. Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, next time you go, you can ask, where is Chungi Choraya? Chungi Choraya is the one where you have post offices. And Katyani Mandir. And Rangji Mandir. And Govind Dev Mandir. Don't stop there. Move further. And cross the Rangji Mandir and you'll come to Brahmakund. There is where Brahmaji did tapasya. Don't stop there. Move further. There you'll come to Hanuman Gadi of Vrindavan. You know Hanuman Gadi? Ayodhya, there is Hanuman Gadi. Vrindavan also, all hash mappings are there. You know hash mappings? All the tirthas are there in Vrindavan. So Hanuman Gadi, Hanumanji is standing, don't stop there. Move further along a small corridor and you'll come to Jnana Gudadi. What is Jnana Gudadi? Where you make a Gudadi of Jnana. You know what is Gudadi? Gudadi means sack, bori. So gopis were so bored of Uddhava's Gyan, they put his Gyan in a bori. So that place became Gyan Bori or Gyan Gudadi. And it is this place a discussion happened, right? In Braj we sing also. Maybe some of you would have heard. Je to prem ki baat hai udho. Remember this song? Bandagi tere bas ki nahi hai. And in this discussion, what happened? A bee came. And what did Radharani think? This bee is who? Krishna. सावर्ण्यात सेम वर्ण है, वो भी कारो, जे भी कारो. B is also black, Thakurji is of black. Vर्ण सामान्यात, the word is same. In fact, maybe 50 years ago, 60 years ago, there used to be a Goswami. His name was Purushottam Goswami, Radharaman Goswami. They established a Brahmar Ghat. For 3 days Utsav happened. And 3 days Lagatar a bee also came. They established a Brahmar Ghat nearby Radharaman, and 3 days bee also came. Is it coincidence? I think Albert Einstein would say that coincidence is a way of God to remain anonymous. Or we say there is no coincidence, but synchronicity. Synchronicity means everything is arranged. You're coming here, we coming here, discussing about flute song on this day is not coincidence, but what? Synchronicity. ऊपर से कोई पासा खेल रहा है. कौन पासा खेल रहा है? Radha and Krishna. So Bhramar Geet, it's about separation, right? That Thakurji, when will you come? Let's come before. This was which chapter? 47th. 39th chapter is called Viraha Geet. This is the Geet where Akrura is taking Krishna to Mathura, correct? What a Viraha, right? All the Gopikas would lie down near the Ratha ki hum jaane nahi denge. Although it's a different thing now, when some near and dear one goes, we can say, हम गोपियों की तरह बिछ जाएंगे आपकी टेस्ला के आगे. Good sentiment. I don't know how much it will work. So, Viraha Geet. Come further down, 35th chapter, it is Yugal Geet, in which they are all remembering what Krishna does in the forest. Separation in Brahmar Geet. Separation in which Geet? Viraha Geet. Separation in Yugal Geet. Now comes the chapter 31. Almost all of you know that. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvignantiye Bhurida Janaha. Now, on the face, it appears that Gopikas are glorifying those who spread the katha, but inside they are not glorifying but angry. Tava katha, not amritam, mritam. तप्त जीवनम, जीने वालों को तपा देता है ये. And in the end, they say bhuri da. Bhuri means people. Da also means kills. Why? Because the person then thinks, kahin aur mudna hai, we have to move somewhere else. So, this is which Geet? We know about this. This is called? And Lord Shiva really likes it. If you have to propitiate Shivji, sing Gopi Geet. Because he is Gopishwar Mahadev also. Come even further. Chapter 29, Pranay Geet. What was chapter 29? This is the time Krishna played the flute and they ran towards Krishna, isn't it? And Krishna said, welcome. What are you doing here? Go back. Tata. They said, how can this happen? So what Pukar they did was also Pranay Geet. Pranay means love. So how did we start? Bhramar Geet, separation. Viraha Geet, separation. Yugal Geet, separation because they are not seeing it. Then Gopi Geet, separation. Prabhupada translate it as songs of separation. Then further, Pranay Geet. That is also separation because they are in front of Krishna but thinking what? He will drive us away. And finally, we come to chapter 21, which is what we'll discuss. Venu Geet. That's also separation. Why it's separation? Because they haven't met Krishna, right? They have only heard the flute and hasn't it happened with all of us? What flute song we have heard? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So all heavens break loose, as they say, right? We have turned towards, or we are trying to turn, isn't it? Mahamantra, what does it do? It instills in us some purpose, isn't it? It changes the purpose. Think about it. It frees us, but freedom is passive. It's like koi bimari nahi hai. But that's not health, right? Absence of disease is not health. Absent disease plus some vigor, isn't that's health? So Hare Krishna mantra is a flute song of Krishna. It inspires in us some purpose. Chalo man vrindavan ki or, isn't it? Chalo Thakur ji ki or. So it inspires a purpose, and purpose always means separation. Correct? Till you don't get it. Neend na aaye song hai, right? Nowadays, we don't hear those songs, but once in a while when you go to have haircut and things like that, oh, all those songs appear like, some Bhagavad कार is सही में नींद ना आए चैन भी ना आए फिर क्या है एंड में that was a test. Anyway, it is also said Krishna is unmila andekha sajan. He's a lover who we haven't seen and who we have not met. So, don't you think separation, right? And if that fire of separation is not there, we won't propel, isn't it? Students want to get success in a particular exam. That's a purpose. But a separation is also there from the goal. If suppose separation is not there, Tulsi, then what? हम सो रहे हैं, examiner भी सो रहा है. Isn't it? So separation is important. Why separation is important? This is explained in shloka number 3. This is like the most marmik shloka of one granth of Rupa Goswami. It explains that how both sides are important, meeting and separation. And if you love somebody, maybe it's a good idea. Thoda didn't happen in COVID time. Two people were just looking at each other. And then many fireworks happened, and many tawas also went into projectile motion. So, na vina vipralambhena, na vina vipralambhena, ambhogah pushtimashnute. Stop now. Ambhogah pushtimashnuते. काशायिते हि वस्त्रादौ काशायिते हि वस्त्रादौ भूयानेवाभिवर्धते भूयानेवाभिवर्धते Na vina vipralambhena. Vipralambha means separation. If separation is not there, sambhoga means union won't be pushti. There won't be. It would be what we can call ghar ka paneer dal barabar. We have to change to a vegetarian saying, right? So it will be like familiarity breeds contempt, isn't it? We so much get used to familiarity, isn't it? So that's required. How example is given. If a cloth is there, nowadays people don't do, at least in US, nobody does Rafu and Rangai, right? In India, every nook and corner, there is Rafu and Rangai. Kapda phat gaya, put a patch. After a while, it's only patches. The original kapda is not there. It's like that road from Prosper to, it's only patches. So, no Rafu and Rangai. Nobody does Rangai, right? But earlier times, when they have to color the cloth, saffron cloth or yellow cloth, they would put the color. The more you'll rub it, it will get an nikhar aa jata. It will get beautiful color, isn't it? That's the example it is given. Separation is that rubbing. And there is another reason. Sangama viraha vikalpe. If you given two option, union or separation, wise transcendentalists will choose separation. Prabhupada would always say. Why? Because in union, you see that four-dimensional person in front of you. Why four-dimensional? Because he speaks also, right? 3D plus 4D, right? Four-dimensional person. But if the person is not there, what happens? You think of the person all the while, right? Everywhere, everything, all at once. They gave the Oscar award to this movie, 11 Oscars. But this is our philosophy, correct? Sarva Khalvidam Brahma, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam, everywhere, Krishna. Everything, Krishna. All at once, Krishna. We should be filing case, right? Intellectual property. But think about it. Think about it in separation. You think about that person all the while, isn't it? So, separation is important. And all our acharyas have created categories of separation. Categories of separation. And we can look in our home also. One is Sudur Pravas, which means the spouse has gone to Bharat Desham. And if it is visa stamp issue, it's really Sudur Pravas. And then there is Dur Pravas, which means the husband or the spouse has gone to buy groceries. Dur Pravas, right? He will come back. And then there is Man, Jao hum tumse baat nahi karte. Happens? So very similar Narvat Leela, right? Man, it's the transcendental anger, isn't it? That's also separation because the persons are together, but they are not talking to each other because there is a separation. But it sweetens things. However, only become do man if you know the person आपको मना लेंगे. Only do that rusna if the person can bring you back. Otherwise, it's time waste. And the fourth kind of man is what is happening in the fourth kind of separation is what is happening in flute song. So did you get the three different kind of separation? One is Sudur Pravas, in which different country. Dur Pravas means going and coming. Then it is Man, which means you are like little bit doing transcendental anger between each other. And finally it is called Purvarag. What? Purvarag, which means before meeting. Now say, wait a minute, I don't understand this. Why? अरे अभी तो ठाकुर जी और राधा रानी met. अभी तो ठाकुर जी और Subal met. After 10 minutes they meet again and think, अरे I haven't seen you. Doesn't make sense, right? Imagine you tell your spouse, you look amazing. So two things can happen. It depends on the mood of the person. If they are happy, great. If not, they may tell maybe you should see some mental hospital. What happened? 10 minute पहले तो देखा था. Think about it, but this does not work in spiritual dimension. We sing Samsara Dava Nalalidha Loka daily. Thakur ji Pitambar mein we see daily. Almost, isn't it? In Vrindavan, every Tuesday you go, you'll see in red dress. Because Mangalwar dress is red. I see many of you are wearing red dress because that's the code of Vrindavan. Earlier, I would think that do they have a WhatsApp group to corroborate with each other? Aaj kya pehnaoge? But we don't get bored. We should not get bored. So there is something about it. What it is called? This is the shloka number 4. Are you all with me so far?
Yes.
रतिर्या संगमात् पूर्वं रतिर्या संगमात् पूर्वं दर्शन श्रवणादिजा दर्शना श्रवणादिजा तयोरुन्मीलति प्राज्ञै तयोरुन्मीलति प्राज्ञै पूर्वरागसौच्यते पूर्वरागसौच्यते. Tulsi, you saved me today. Thank you. And thank you too also. Purva Raga. This Purva Raga is what? Where Sangamat Purvam. Abhi mile nahi hai. It is before that. But wait a minute, 10 minutes before you met. So we can call it divine peekaboo. You know peekaboo. What do you call it in Maharashtra? Huh? Lapa Chappi. And bhakti, hai, peekaboo. What do you call it in Telugu? Huh? Do Booch. Sounds like, some company. So yeah, we do it with the kids, but kids get bored after 2 years. Don't do it. However, here it is peekaboo. Just think about it. Every time Navam Navam. So we have a song for you all explaining about this Navam Navam, and this is exactly the Puru Rag of flute. Krishna played the flute last day, right? Today he is playing again. Again they are thinking, hey, we haven't heard this sound. So this is the divine mood, isn't it? Leela Shakti arranges in such a way that Radharani forgets, Krishna forgets. Imagine we want that to happen with chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Isn't it? That should happen, that every time we pick up the beats, at least some Navam Namam, some juice. With prasadam we get it, right? Of course, after eating 70 pani puris, next day we'll get the instant karma. But still, we get that taste because we are habituated to it. In fact, ads also do it, right? The whole advertising industry is doing what? Peekaboo, right? Creating that rasa. Moment you see it, array, new iPhone has come. Every time a new, the what you call the version comes, it's a new Purvarag. Ad industry also do it. So what do we say about this Purva Rag of Radha and Krishna? So this is a Braj song which is in the form of conversations. Are you all with me? It's extremely sweet. M.S. Subbalakshmi has also sung it. And many singers have sung it because it talks about what is Purva Rag. बूझत श्याम कौन तू गोरी 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 कहाँ रहती काकी है बेटी कहाँ रहती काकी है बेटी देखी नहीं कहूँ ब्रज खोई देखी नहीं कहूँ ब्रज खोई keep playing but softly bujhat Syam is asking कौन तू गोरी Who is Gauri? Radharani. Who are you? Look who's talking. But that's the divine peekaboo. Kahan rehti? Where do you stay? Kaki hai beti. Whose daughter you are? And nahi kahun dekhi braj khori. I haven't seen you here. Khori means path. Sankhri khor of Vrindavan. Bragsana. Khor means path. So ab Krishna is saying, so Radha will keep quiet? No, she says something. What she says? काहे को हम ब्रज तन आवती काहे को हम ब्रज तन आवत खेलती रही आपनी पौड़ी खेलती रही आपनी पौड़ी Why should we come to your town? Why should we come to Braj? खेलती रहें, we are happy playing अपनी पौड़ी पौड़ी मतलब our place. We are happy here. Why should we come here? And by the way, we have some news about you. What? सुनत रहती श्रवणनि नंद ढोटा सुनत रहती श्रवणनि नंद ढोटा करत फिरत माखन दधि चोरी करत फिरत माखन दधि चोरी I have a news. We have been hearing Sravanani that there is some Nandaka Dhota. So this Dhota is like kid, but it's not a very little slang word, Dhota. And we have heard that he karat phirat. करता भी है घूमता भी है what माखन और दही की चोरी but under it is implied he also does chitta chori chitta chori means heart chori by playing the flute we are coming to that then Krishna now responds back तुमरो कहाँ चोरी हम ले हैं तुमरो कहाँ चोरी हम ले केलन चलो संग मिली जोरी केलन चलो संग मिली जोरी सूरदास प्रभु रसिक शिरोमणि सूरदास प्रभु रसिक शिरोमणि सूरदास प्रभु रसिक शिरोमणि पातनि बुरई राधिका भोरी पातन बुरई राधिका भोरी हमें क्या करना है चोरी से I don't do it. Now all the logics of Nyay and Dharm they fail. So we cannot bring our dharma, nyaya, satyam, vada, dharmam, chara in Vrindavan. Because there it's Leela. After we become habituated or we know about Siddhanta, we leave them aside and enter Leela. There it is churning. So Krishna is saying, what I have to do with the chori? Actually, he's right also. Because everywhere, everything, all at once. What is Makhan? That's also Krishna. It's Krishna's expansion, right? So he's actually not lying. But he says, why are we fighting? Let's go together. And Sri Radha is very bhori. You know bhori? She is full of good qualities. She is compassionate, and that's why हमारा number लग सकता है. Prabhupada would say that's why we approach Radharani. That's why whose sarkar is there in Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Radharani sarkar. 4 vote मिले हैं कृष्ण को. 4 vote is given to Ram. Radharani gets 8 votes. It's her sarkar. So do we say right? जय गोपीनाथ राधे जय गोपीनाथ राधे. नहीं, मार पड़ेगी. What do we say? Jai Radha Gopinath, Jai Radha Gopinath. Now if somebody says Jai Kala Chanji Radhe, यही मारेंगे पकड़ के. What do we say? Jai Radha Kala Chanji, Jai Radha Kala Chanji. Isn't it? So we approach to Radha Rani. She agrees. He is Rasik Shiromani, she is Bhori. So this is the way in which divine peekaboo works. That they think that they haven't met each other. And we also feel that, right? When we go to Mangala Arti, Navam Navam, in fact, it should happen. Now, Krishna and Radha Rani, Krishna and the Gopas and the Gopis, how the message exchange is happening. Or rather, this Puru Rag we talked about in the shloka, Darshana Shravanadija, correct? By seeing or hearing. How do you see? How do you see? By Sakshat Darshan or through these pictures, correct? Chitra. So this Chitra banane ki kala is very age old. Once Gopi we used to make Chitra and her name became Chitra. She is very good in making Chitra and that's why her name became Chitra. So Darshana, but Shravan also. And one of the greatest mechanism of Shravan is flute. Flute, in fact, is a messenger. It's called Duti. Duti is a messenger. There are 2 types of messenger, Apta Duti or Swayam Duti. Swayam Duti is like I go to him and give the message myself only. That is Swayam Duti. Apta Duti is I tell Prabhuji, give the message. That is Apta Duti. Flute acts as both. Why? Because it's Krishna's property. Krishna he never goes away from it, right? Even when he's sleeping, he has flute tucked in. But flute can also release the sound and travel and enter the ears of others. So it is both Swayam Duti and Apta Duti. And if it is a call from Krishna to gopis, it's also call from Krishna to all of us. So we don't have to read Bhagavatam as though it's happening there, but it's happening in our hearts also. It's a communal reading, isn't it? It's not a detached reading. It's a communal reading. Are you all with me so far? If you see some kids around, one kid around, think he is Krishna. 2 kids around, Radha Krishna. 3, Lalita Vishakha Radha. That's the way, Vrindavan way of changing the perspective. And if the sounds they are making, like this sound, Vrindavan sounds, right? Peacock, cows, gede, meka, bhais, bakri, all like that. So many sounds are there. Okay, so you are sitting in Vrindavan currently. All right. So now we enter today we'll be doing the first 4 shlokas of the Venu Geet. And before sounding the Venu, first the reciter of this whole katha creates a mahol. Because if the mahol is not there, maja nahi hai, correct? Why different sections of room are there? To create ambience, right? Study room is different, living room is different, isn't it? To create an ambience. An ambience to do one thing, to turn us away from Maya towards Krishna. So we sing this song too before entering the flute song very quickly. This is in Bengali. It comes in Prema Vivat by Jagadananda. And it's very sweet. It talks about the whole situation. कृष्ण बहिर्मुख होय भोग वांच करे कृष्ण बहिर्मुख भोग वांच करे निकटस्थ माया करे झापटिया धरे निकटस्थ माया करे झापटिया धरे पेशायची पायले जे नामती छन्न होय पेशाची पायला जे नामती छन्न होय माया ग्रस्त जीवेर होय से भाव उदये माया ग्रस्त जीवेर होय से भाव उदये कृष्ण बहिर्मुख होया भोग वांछा करे he decides to do bhog vancha maya is sitting nearby and puts a jhapat. Of course in Bengali jhapat means this, Hindi means this, and I know some Sindhi folks are there, so in our family they would say loon mirch dal ke मतलब झापड़ कैसे मारना है उसमें नमक मिर्च डाल के मारना है. So different traditions have different way of, we call it English spanking, right? Beating. Well, in America we can't do it now, but Maya does that. And Peshaichi Paila Mati Channa. Mati means intelligence, it covers the Mati. And Maya Grasta Jivera Hoy She Bhava Udhay. That Grasta Jiva doesn't think. What doesn't he think? आमी नित्य कृष्ण दास एक कथा भूले आमी नित्य एक कथा भूले माया रन फर होय चिर दिन भूले माया रन फर होय चिर दिन भूले आमी कृष्णदास ये हम भूल जाते हैं, है कि नहीं? Then we become iPhone das or Tesla das or dasi. And then what happens? कभु राजा कभु प्रजा कभु विप्र शूद्र कभु राजा कभु प्रजा कभु विप्र शूद्र कभु दुखी कभु सुखी कभु कीट क्षुद्र कभु दुखी कभु सुखी कभु कीट मीन्स कीड़ा कभु स्वर्गे कभु मर्ते नरके वा कभु कभु स्वर्गे कभु मर्ते नरके वा कभु कभु देव कभु दैत्य कभु दास प्रभु कभु देव कभु दैत्य कभु दास प्रभु. Then who comes? Scriptures come like Bhagavatam. Sadhus come. साधु शास्त्र कृपाय यदि कृष्णोन्मुख होये साधु शास्त्र कृपाय बहिर्मुख से उन्मुख, away से towards, then what happens? शेई जीवन निस्तारे माया सहारे छाड़े शेई जीवन निस्तारे माया सहारे छाड़े. Maya then leaves because he wants to go. And such is the flute song. First Shukadev Goswami sings Shloka number 5. Itham sharat swachha jalam. Itham sharat swachha jalam. Padma karasugandhina. Padma karasugandhina. Nyavishad vayuna vatam. Nyavishad vayuna सगो गोपाल गोच्युतः सगो गोपाल गोच्युतः. अभी तक हम तवा ही गरम कर रहे थे because it requires. Why are we doing it? So we have taken less number of shlokas today, only 4 shlokas. But this is the mahol itham in this way. In this way, what? Previous chapter, chapter 20, in this describes Varsha Kal and autumn season, just autumn season. And Varsha Kal, how Krishna plays, right? Kids also play Dhapak Dhapak, Bombay, famous, right? And they play it in this way. Now they will also play in the Sharat. Sharat Ritu is autumn season, right? And what happens when the rainy season comes? It washes away all the dirt. So Swachha Jalam, the Jal is Swachh. So creating a mahol, ambience. Imagine in the eye of your mind, Vrindavan is getting cleansed, it's all beauty around, and there are other 4D effects also. What? Padma Gandha Sugandhina, which means Padma Akar means mine or a lake. Padma means lotus. So lotus lake. On that Vayuna, the air is blowing, and the air picks up the sugandhi of the lotus, isn't it? And it picks up the lotus sugandhi and it does the air conditioning. That is Vatam. Vayuna, Vatam. Now, Vayuna is used singular, not plural. Why? Because it's Mand Mand. In Vrindavan, all the atmosphere happens to give pleasure to Krishna. We don't say, Aaj ghan dham 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 barse. That's in Mumbai or Cherrapunji. But, but in Golok Vrindavan, it is Aaj ghan rim jhim barse. Not dham dham. It is rim jhim. We don't, we put Jhulan Yatra is coming. August, 15 August is Hariyali Teej this time. And we do the Jhulan. So we don't do Jhulan like laga diya. पता नहीं DTs कहाँ गए. So we say, how do we do Jhulan? झुकी झुकी झोटा लेत जुगल वर. झुकी झुकी झोटा लेत जुगल. झुक झुक के आराम आराम से. Isn't it? Because the deities are pran of the heart. So everything is mand mand. It is air conditioned. Vayuna, Vatam, Padmakara, Sugandhina. Are you remembering it? The extra effects? Swachh Jal, air conditioning, fragrance, isn't it? And in सबके बीच में midst or who enters? Achyutah. Why Achyutah? Because no cricket is happening here. No FIFA Fufa is happening here. Still he can be happy. We need external things to be happy. Your name is Veena. No. Her name is Miraya. Miraya, sit down. Krishna is coming. Very good. Excellent. So what happens? Achyuta. He doesn't need cricket or FIFA or Fufa, isn't it? We need many things. He can be happy. And Achyuta means jiska chut na ho, matlab who doesn't fall, which means he's perfect. He will create the atmosphere, isn't it? He can invent and create happiness and spread all around. And is he alone? Nahi. Do you know in the colleges we would study, at least one person would be there who would be, like the Amitabh Bachchan of the college. 5 this side, 5 this side, 5 piche. They won't go alone. Interestingly, if they come in devotional service, similar thing happens. 5 here, 5 there, 5 there. So Krishna doesn't alone. Here sannyasis and our meditation or in Hare Krishna mantra also, when we chant, we are almost like sannyasi, right? We are not doing gup-sup chanting, we are talking alone. Here we are alone meditating, we have to fly our own plane, but up there it's all grahast. It's all family. So he comes together. Sa go gopalakah achyuta saha he. Go means, you call in Telugu au, right?
Cow.
Gaya, cow. And Gopalaka. Who was Gopal? The cowherd boys. He's coming together. And interestingly, Nyavishat. He's fully entering it as though he's becoming one with Vrindavan. Nyavishat. Now, are you all with me so far?
Yes.
I'm well in time. Still 20 minutes to 9, and Prabhu said kitna bhi, but okay, are you all with me so far?
Yes.
Now, this is the beauty of Vrindavan. Some saint was asked, why don't you go out of Vrindavan in heavy summer season? Because summer season is very hot in Vrindavan. 46 feels like 50, not Fahrenheit, Celsius. And it's very hot. In cold weather, you can wear a lot of things. Summer में कितना उतारोगे? Can't take off skin, right? And it's very, very hot. And loo, those hot waves, heat waves you call it here, till 8 or 9 p.m. you can feel on your eyes. Yet, why should we leave Vrindavan because of our suvidha? Isn't it? Thakurji is there. If summer season is not there, will we get advantage of Jal Vihar? No, right? We can't do Jal Vihar in winter season, right? Or how about the Mogra? How about the Aam? Banginpalli Aam, How about the Aam season? We cannot have that. We cannot have Nauka Vihar. Do we do Nauka Vihar in winter season? Thakurji is trembling. No, it's not like the American way. All the birthdays, weekend. All anniversaries, weekend. भाड़ में गई तिथि. English or Hindi tithi. Isn't it? Everything disposed to weekend. Doesn't happen like that. How about the winter season? Winter season in Vrindavan is equally cold because of some particular environmental phenomenon. The winter gets into your bones. But if winter season is not there, how will you take the Seva Utsav of dressing Thakurji in woolen cloths and putting Angithi in front of him and making the Jaifal Yukt and Kesar Yukt and Cashew Yukt Khichdi for Thakurji? That's Seva, right? You can't do that in summer season. So every season is special. And last year at Shamchandra Prabhu's place, we did a mini Vrajotsav of all the seasons of Vrindavan. Everything is special. This is the director's camera of Shukdev Goswami. He's putting the camera where? On Krishna. Krishna is entering, all the Vatavaran is there. And Prabhupada used these verses, the chapter before, chapter 20th. Prabhupada was asked in 1961. Where was he staying in 1961? Anybody remembers Prabhupada? Vrindavan, Radha Damodar temple he was staying. And an invitation came to write something for Japan. It was called the Congress for Cultivating the Human Spirit. Prabhupada chose the 20th chapter because these are the Oriental people, they will like nature. So he wrote a book which he never went there because of visa and all the issues. But the book was finished later by you know whom? And if I'm not mistaken, it's by the Acharya of ISKCON Dallas, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. That book is known as, anybody remembers? Light of the Bhagavat. And then they got some Chinese to paint it, Madam Lee, to paint it in a very Chinese style. Why did Prabhupada use? Because the nature can give us teachings also. So here is Prabhupada using it, Krishna is entering it, and it's telling us, I am in the control. Krishna is telling us what? Don't worry. If you fall, that's my grace. You will recover from the fall, that's also my grace. First there is a fall, then there is a recovery from the fall, and both are Krishna Kripa. One Julian of Norwich would say it. Are you all with me so far? Yes. Okay. And it's a lesson to all of us also, that we have to become fan the sparkers. You know, fan the sparker? Fan the spark in everybody's heart, their bhakti. Not like extinguishes it with our asuya or pulling down and things like that. Krishna is teaching us, I am always there in front of you. I am Achyuta. I am entering now. So what? Shloka number 6. This is the next shloka number 2 of the Venu Geet. कुसुमित वनराजि शुष्मि भृंग कुसुमित वनराजि शुष्मि भृंग द्विज कुल गोष्ठ सरसरिन्महीध्रम् द्विज कुल गोष्ठ सरसरिन्महीध्रम् मधुपतिरवगाह्य चारयन्गाः मधुपतिरवगाह्य चारयन्गाः सह पशुपाल बलश्चुकूज वेणुं सह पशुपाल Shukuja Venu. Again, Mahol is described. Mahidram means Parvat. And Sarit means river. Saraha means lake. These three things are there in Vrindavan. What is the hill in Vrindavan? Govardhan. That's it. Barsana is also a hill, isn't it? Nandishwar is also a hill. Sakhigiri Parvat is also a hill. Ucha Gao is on the hill. Hills and hills. And all this discussion is given to us not to sit back and think that, okay, theek hai, we'll go to Vrindavan, do some window shopping and come back. And we may not be careful about, ecological destruction. No, all of us have responsibility. Now, this is a travesty, a very poor imitation that holy places which should be spotlessly clean, we have messed it up, isn't it? Now, we may not have political clout, lot of finances, but all of us have duty, right? So, when you go to Vrindavan or any holy places, minimize plastic. Carry thela,
Back.
cloth bag for the shopping, and garbage, not like kahin bhi, isn't it? Wish it could be done on a grand scale, but it is not, and situation is pathetic actually. Of course, Vrindavan is 24 karat gold. It is still same and it is equivalent to Golok Vrindavan. There is no doubt about it. However, the extras which have come in Vrindavan isn't our duty also. Whatever we go, we can do. In the yatras which happen, it's announced that use the plastic bottles to the minimum, isn't it? It's such a situation now that Yamuna water is not used to bathe the deities of Vrindavan. It's painful, isn't it? So all this is given. See, when we are reading all this, we have to also read our responsibility. Then the scriptures become alive, isn't it? They were there, they are still there, isn't it? So look at the Vrindavan at that time. Don't we wish that Vrindavan becomes like that? Like I, the great plants which we see here, wish they were there also. Now it has become concrete jungle like that. And on the top of it, Belgian waffles and Domino's pizzas have come. And Kohler toilet fittings ads. We don't need them. We have different responsibilities. Some can speak, some can write, some can spend money, some can clean. Whatever happens, our holy place, and that doesn't go only for Vrindavan, it also goes for Pandharpur, also goes for Tirupati and Srirangam, Mayapur, and there are some devotees doing it. So when we are reading it in here, and not only that, our temples are also Vrindavan, to clean them, and then our homes like that. So it translates at different levels. So Mahidram, rivers, what are the rivers in Vrindavan? Yamuna. What are the lakes? Kundas in Vrindavan? Radha Kund, Sham Kund. And there are so many Kund. There were one South India Mandali coming to Vrindavan, and they were saying, is there any Kund we can do? So Brajvasi says, which all Kund you will go? In small Kshetra, there are 54 Kundas. So a lot of Kundas are there. And one Narayana Bhatta Goswami who came from Telangana, no, Madurai. Anybody from Madurai area? From Madurai, he came from the southern Mathura, he went to the northern Mathura. And he went there and did all the excavations. Mahidram, Sarit, and Sarah. And what are they? They are Ghushta. Ghushta means resounding with what? Dvija, Kola. Dvija means Brahmana. It means twice born. It also means bird because bird is also twice born. First anda, fir ande ke bahar. Isn't it? Dvija, first egg and then out of the egg. So it is twice born. Dvija, Kula. Only one bird? No, many birds. And what about bees? Bhringa. Yeah. What kind of bees? Sushmi Bhringa, maddened bees. And they are hovering on what? Raji. Raji means pankti. Of what? One, forest. And forests are without flowers? Artificial forest? No. Kusumita. This is just one word. It means that the lakes and the hills and the rivers of Vrindavan are resounding with the sounds of kulas of birds and maddened bees who are hovering on what? A rose of forest and trees which are blooming with flowers. Isn't that amazing depiction? And what is happening in that? Thakurji is entering. What is his name? Madhupati. Madhu means Vasant Ritu. So he is the Pati of the Vasant Ritu. And he is coming alone. Nahi. Charayan Gaha. Gaha means ow or cow. Ow in Telugu language. Correct? Did I pronounce it okay?
Ow.
Yeah, I have to twist the mouth a little bit. Cows. And he's alone? No. Saha, Pashupal, other cowherds are also there. And there is one more person who is near him. He is black in complexion. That fellow is white in complexion. Who is he?
Balram.
Balaha and Chukuja Venum. Now this is singular tense. So the question is understandable. Who blew the flute? Balram? Krishna. Now here is where the Sanskrit thing magic also comes. See, Vyakaran is created to support the language which is already there. So in all these verses, we'll see the rules of the Panini grammar being flouted and lifted. Like Nyavishat, first verse we said, is actually not the correct. It should be Nyavishata. Some word, Ner Vishaha, that's the Panini Sutra. But this is a Samadhi Bhashya. What happens when we are in Samadhi? What happened when Mahaprabhu was in Samadhi? Will he say Jagannath or will he say Jaga Gaga? He will say Jaga 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 Jaga, isn't it? Because he's in Samadhi. When we are in Samadhi of love, we'll not call name of a person, right? We'll call it Tinnu, Munnu, Tintin. In one way, that is also Samadhi of love. So here in this Samadhi of love, the Sanskrit rules get flouted. Nyavishata becomes Nyavishat. And this thing where it is Chukuja. Now Chukuja means baje. So if I say aham Chukuja, which means मैं बजा, अब मैं कैसे बच सकता हूँ? How will ठाकुर जी बजे? But here's where the commentators come and tell, no, 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 no. In this Chukuja, you have to understand, he did not baje, but bajaya. Kise? Venu. So all, which if the acharyas were not there, Thantanpal, you wouldn't have known these things, isn't it? So now Krishna is entering, all the forests are there, and we know different forests are there. Vrindavan, Madhuvan, Kokilavan, Khadirvan. There are 7 on the western side, eastern side of Yamuna, 5 on the western side of the Yamuna, 12 forests of Vrindavan, but these are main. There are Adhivan, there are Upvan, there are Prativan. One he one. In this Vrindavan, he is entering. So he has played flute now, right? So when flute happens, playing happens, what happens? Even if some good flute player is there, we get mesmerized, isn't it? Or a good singer is there. Imagine Krishna doing it. It's almost the comparison you go to Macy's and you get lost. Imagine you go to Swarg, what will happen? So, if ordinary flute playing of Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia or who else is playing, many flute players are there. If they play flute and Maharashtra is a god of music. Hmm? So many great musicians were there. Pandit Bhatkande, who made the Sangeet Shastra, Ityadi. If their music can do it, what could Krishna's flute do, isn't it? So we say the next sloka. Are you all with me?
Yes.
तद्व्रजस्त्रिय आश्रुत्य तद्व्रजस्त्रिय आश्रुत्य वेणुगीतं स्मरोदयम् वेणुगीतं स्मरोदयम् काचित् परोक्षं कृष्णस्य काचित् परोक्षं कृष्णस्य स्वसखीभ्योऽन्ववर्णयन् स्वसखीभ्योऽन्ववर्णयन्. We are taking the Moola shlokas because it's important to touch the actual Vani, isn't it? And that's what is our whole parampara, to touch the original Vani, isn't it? So it is saying Tadavrajastriya, Vrajastriya, Gopikas, they are in the homes. Ashrutya, they heard it. What? Venu Geetam, the song of the Venu. It was not like pee pee pa pa. It was beautiful. It can go and make nest into the ears. And it was smarodayam. It increased something called smara. Now, this smara is a technical word. Smara in normal poetry means passionate love. But here we don't, it's not passionate love. Passionate love is the love of the bodies and love for my own benefit. But with the gopis, it is not. The word is used. The word like kama and the smara is used, but it does not mean what we see in the material world. It is prema. Tat sukhe sukhitvam. What? Tat sukhe sukhitvam. Whatever makes Krishna happy. There's no business in it, right? Prabhupada tells that story, correct? Krishna is having headache. He is asked to bring the dust from the devotees. Everybody says, Maraoge kya tum? Will I go to hell? Finally, what did gopis do? Scraped, scratched every particle of the dust from the every corner from their feet, gave it in a theli, ecological friendly theli, to, to Narad Muni, isn't it? They don't care if it helps Krishna. This is the highest parakashta of prem. So we say that shloka number 9. This smara is not the passionate love. We may use the word like calm. Many times you will read in Bhagavatam the word calm is used, but this is not the calm which we hear about. What is that? प्रेमैव गोपरामाणां प्रेमैव गोपरामाणां कामित्यगमत् प्रथां कामित्यगमत् प्रथाम् इत्युत्वादयोप्येताम् इति उद्वादयोप्येताम् वाञ्छन्ति भगवत्प्रियः वाञ्छन्ति भगवत्प्रियः. It is called kama because some pratha is there. Pratha means just a convention, but it is prema. That's what prema Uddhav and Adi everybody else want. So Vrajastriya, Ashrutriya, hearing the Venu Geet, they started talking between each other. Paroksham. Paroksham means indirectly. Why? They had heard all the songs before, correct? What Krishna does, what he must be doing. So they are not directly seeing. Paroksh. Indirectly, they are discussing between each other. Swasakhibhya. That's what they are inviting us to do also, isn't it? When we hear something, read something, our heart gets filled up, isn't it? We need other person to bounce off, right? It is important. Share and exchange ideas. Sometimes I wonder what are these different software companies doing? One bug. How many engineers it takes to debug one bug? It goes on, but maybe it is like Swasakhi Varnayan bug. So, so this is the human thing. We like to share. So Sakhis won't keep quiet what they have heard. We also won't keep quiet when we have heard, especially in our Bhakti Vrikshas is what model? Sharing between each other, isn't it? So like what we are doing, we are reading our lives in this, isn't it? It's not ossified literature. It's not stagnant literature. It's alive. So Krishna played, and shloka number 8 we will not recite, but I will tell you what can happen when Krishna plays. Rundhan Ambubhritas. Ambubhritas is cloud. Krishna's plays the flute. Cloud ki paat lag gayi. Clouds are gone. Then Chamatkriti Param Kurvan Muhus Tumburum. Tumburum is a Gandharva. He thinks he knows Rag and Raginis. He was all India. What's that? India got talent. Indian Idol, Universe Idol. But he figures out हमारी दाल नहीं गलेगी. Then ध्यानादंतरयन sanandana mukhan. Sanandan, Sanat Kumar, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumar, Sanandan, Sanatana, and one more. It's all Sun brothers, right? Not like Patel brothers, Sun brothers. So they are broken from their dhyan. Then Visma Payan Vedhasam Brahma is shocked. Then Autsukya Valibhir. Bali is thinking, ये हो क्या रहा है? He's anxious. Then Bhogindram Aghurnayan. Bhogindram is Sheshanag. He is fully जैसे दिमाग का फलूदा हो गया है, like that. Everything is topsy turvy. Bhindan and katah bhitin. The whole Brahmand is tehs nehs. It just breaks it. Avi to babhrama vamsi dhvani. Vamsi dhvani is spreading like that. This is Rupa Goswami describing it. Now we come to the last shloka. But before last shloka, we have to talk about one more important thing. See why they are talking with each other. Paroksha Krishnasya. It took a lot for them to talk, this sound of the flute. And this is an important lesson that when we also discuss amongst each other, it is genuine and authentic. It's not that thing on the Facebook, mere jaisa kaun, right? Think about it. And Radharani is saying that no sooner the prema comes out of your heart, it becomes diluted. That's important thing, right? Oftentimes now on the social media, even the private lives are revealed, right? But then, how can that be secret and sacrosanct, isn't it? So Radharani is saying, this is Radharani's words. They say if you have to know about love, we have to hear from Radharani's mouth. So this is Prema Samput, which means a casket of prema. And Radharani says, are you all with me?
Yes.
Premadvayorasik Premadvayorasikayorai Deep eva Premadvayorasikayorai Deep eva Vidveshmavasayati Nishala eva bhati Nishala eva bhati. The prem between two rasikas, two people. Read our lives also. If two people are together, if they really love each other, they don't just go out and say, right? They keep it very secret, isn't it? Rasikayor ai deepa eva. This prema between two lovers is like a flame. Hridveshma bhasayati. It is inside the house of the heart. And there it is nishchala eva bhati. The flame is not flickering. Now, what happens when it comes out? Dwaradayam vadanatastu bahishkritasche. Dwaradayam vadanatastu bahishkritasche. Nirvati shigramatva laghutamupayati. Nirvati shigramatva. But if it comes out from the dwar of the mouth, then as soon as it comes out of the mouth, just like they say, if the Tesla comes out of the dwar of the 40% rate down ho jata hai. Resale value, they say. So the prem resale value also, prem's value also reduces. Nirvati shigram. Shigram, ati shigram. Laghutam means it diminishes. But when Krishna's flute comes, gopis have to share. This brings us to the last shloka for today. Are you all with me? Tadvarnaytum arabdha. Tadvarnaytum arabdha. Smarantyah Krishna cheshtitam. Smarantyah Krishna cheshtitam. नाशकन् स्मरवेगेन नाशकन् स्मरवेगेन विक्षिप्त मनसो नृप विक्षिप्त मनसो नृप. This is the fourth slok of the 21st chapter. There are 20 shlokas. We'll be covering all of them. This is the last shloka for today. It says Tad varnayitum. They are almost about to describe Arabdha, beginning to describe by remembering Smarantyah, what? Krishna's Cheshtitam. We like this Krishna's Cheshtitam a lot. Gopis told Krishna, we are going to milk, get the cow's milk, and Krishna told, Moku de do. Moku de do. Give me, because I am the best milkman. So say, why are you the best milkman? कौन दुहावे गैया तो पे कौन दुहावे गैया. Who will give their cows to you? Reason, the most important reason why. You know this reason? आधो दूध मटकी में गिरैया और आधो गटकैया. आधा पीते हो, आधा धुलाते हो. This Krishna Cheshtitam, they are remembering such Krishna Cheshta, isn't it? Or Krishna says, जाको भोजन नहीं मिलो वह आए मेरी उंगली चाटे. Because Krishna has all what? All the food in his hands. Nobody got? Okay, there is arm here. So they say this is very sweet. However, na shakan, they are unable to describe. Smara vegena, force of smara. And smara in Krishna's pastimes means what? Means what? Prema. 24 karat prema. Sorry, 108 carat prema. Full prema. Koi miloni nahi. There is no milavat, no adulteration. Vikshipta manasaha. Manasa means mind is vikshipt. You know vikship? Agitated. Nripa. Why Nripa? So Acharyas explain. Shukdev Goswami is telling, oh, Nripa, Nripa, O king, means he is going into ecstasy. And he has to go into ecstasy because tomorrow's verse is this. Baraha pidam natavaru vapu. इतना ही बोलेंगे आज for the suspense. So he has to go into ecstasy. Oh Raja, oh King, they are unable to describe, but then he describes what they are thinking. Isn't it? What's the lesson for today? The lesson for today, if we encapsulate in one sutra, is what His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu says. KTTVG. What? KTTVG. Keep the transcendental vibration going. What? Keep the transcendental vibration going. And the best is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Because if the transcendental vibration goes on, maybe our desires will change. And we'll have that desire, which is the last song for today. एक लाल सा मन में धरो, एक लाल सा मन में धरो, एक लाल सा मन में धरो, एक लाल सा मन में धरो. क्या लाल सा? बंसी बट काले कट बंसी बट काले नट नागर नित्य निहारो, नट नागर नित्य निहारो. मुरली तान मनोहर सुनी सुनी, मुरली तान मनोहर सुनी. Isn't this song exactly describing these four? Keep playing. These four shlokas. Murli Tan, Suni Suni, something happened to them. तन सुधि सकल बिसारो, तन सुधि सकल बिसारो. They forgot about it. And what is their lalsa? Let's go to Bamsi, but let's go to Kalindi Tat and Natanagar. Who is Natanagar? Thakurji. Nitya, daily Niharon. So you can name your temple room also as Bamsi word and see the Natanagar Nitya Niharon, right? And what you should do? Pal pal niraki thalak ang, pal pal niraki thalak ang. Angani pulakit tan man varo, angani pulakit tan man varo. So tan man varo. What does var? Balihari. What do we mean by that? Balihari jana. You all know the action of Balihari jana? Yes, that's correct. Balihari jana. All tan man Balihari. Pal pal nirati. Every moment I should see that. Rejan Syam Manai Gai. Rejan Syam Manai Gai. Gun Gunj Mal Ghar Daro. Gun Gunj Mal Ghar Daro. There are these special seeds which grow in Vrindavan. They are called Gunja. Yes, Miraya, Gunja Mala. And Gunja Mala you put on the Thakurji. It's red and black seeds. So this person is saying, I want to do it. We can do it in our minds also, right? We can imagine we are also sitting there. Paramanand Bhuli Jag Sagaro. Paramanand Bhuli Jag Sagaro. I have forgotten everything. Now, if we don't forget for 24 hours, maybe at some time or maybe for some mantra, Maybe for some mala, at least we can imagine that, right? That would be nice. So they say everything which has a switch on and off button should be off during chanting. Everything which has a switch on and off. Of course, emergency is allowed, perhaps travel also allowed. But generally, airplane mode is helpful, but airplane mode can come off easily. So we can also think about switching on and off at quite regular ways, isn't it? So that we can say, Syam hi Syam pukaro, Syam hi Syam pukaro, Radha hi Radha pukaro, Radha hi Radha pukaro. Wow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी की परीक्षित महाराज की वेणुगीत की शिला प्रभुपाद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे थैंक यू वेरी मच हरे कृष्णा
By His grace, Harivamsa Prabhu.
शिला प्रभुपाद की जय Anybody have any questions? Questions, comments, reflections, suggestions, songs. I'll feel happy if you share something, what you are taking back with you. Thank you. Well, it is Vrindavan, Vrindapati from Vrindavan. Tulasi, Radhika, and Rasika. Thank you for your kind comment. More thoughts? Yes, Aryan.
One of the main points that I learned today is that Krishna has this unique way of reciprocating with us that is not only very kind, but it also makes us think of him more.
Yes, that's so true, isn't it? So he's playing the flute and the gopis are running. But the flute also is the originator of how many have you seen the chart? The flute is playing and the Hare Krishna mantra is coming out of it. So Hare Krishna mantra, Golokera Premadhana, Harinam Shankir. So you're reciprocating with us also. Thank you, Aryan. You get 108 points. Okay, more from here. Yes, Radhika. Oh, Radhika made notes. Great.
We keep all bring our house like anywhere clean and nice. Instead, we keep it like really messy. So we should do the opposite of.
Yes. One of my mentors would say, when you go to a place to travel, make your room cleaner and then go. Because when you come, you'll say, who did that? Amazing, right? And there is a one Canadian psychologist. He's one of his rules of life is what? Make your own bed. Clean your own room. That's important, right? Of course, we don't get into OCD also, right? Some of the mothers have that. Not clean. Again, Gundicha margin is happening again and again. Not first cleansing, second cleansing, infinite cleansing. But cleansing should be that. So thank you. Any other? Yes, what's your name? Krisha. Yes, what you have to say today?
A lot of power that it can change the mind of many people and put them into Krishna consciousness.
Wonderful.
Very.
You also get 108. You also get 108 points. Rasika?
I learned that if given the options of union or separation, wise transcendentalists will always choose
Separation. And that's the mode of chanting. It's called mode of viraha in chanting. And we all can almost simulate it. It's not high, it's not, we are not imagining much, but when we chant, we can feel, right? We are separated from Krishna. See, we are not dead chanters. Kuch nahi sochenge. Nahi. Hare Krishna, we focused on the name, but then we have some bhav, right? At least the beginning bhav is what? We are separated. Shachinandan Swami Maharaj, he has written a book called Broken Names, then he has written a book called Living Names. And what is the end step in the living names? Chanting in separation. Thank you for bringing that time. 108 points to you too. Okay. Anybody else? Only kids get 108. Others? You want to share something, Prabhu, please?
Hare Krishna. So first of all, thank you so much, Roti, for taking us out of this world as well as Dallas, Texas, and back to Vrindavan. Um, I did like initially what you started with is Parasukha Sukhi, and that is the most important quality and that is a takeaway. I mean, we keep hearing that, but when it comes to applying practically, it doesn't get applied all the time. And because of the anarthas, they always keep us, away from such beautiful qualities. So thank you so much for doing that. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. You get 1008 points.
Hari, Hari.
Any other, please? Yes. KTTVG. What? KTTVG. It's graced by Shri Prabhu Ki Jai. More? Shamlila Prabhu. 6 types of Geet. Kya kya? Bhramar Geet, 47. 39, Virah Geet. 35,
Yugal.
31, 29, Pranay
Pranay
Geet.
Geet.
21, Venu
Venu
Geet.
Geet.
Thank you. Others? More? Mataji? What?
Amazing that I
Okay.
did this, the way you sang it, it was all different tunes, but it really brought me back to Vrindavan, and the tunes you were singing, it felt like, oh my God, it's a natural way of you singing this. It was very nice, and especially
Credit
you were-
goes to Tulsi and Prabhu's your name? Huh? Rakesh Prabhu. Oh, really? Wow, thank you. That's bongo, right? That one? Jimbe. Jimbe. Okay, Jimbe. Okay, thank you, thank you. Mataji, Home Minister has to say something?
Very nice picture, Guruji.
Thank
Vrindavan sound.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting, cooking, and allowing everybody to do Sangha. Thank you. Shamchandra Prabhu.
This trip, I think you are going to talk about only Venu Gita, but just touch the other Gitas, right? So can we expect that next trip we are going to get
Perhaps.
Reserving.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. First Prabhu, yes.
Prabhuji, how this question keeps coming to my mind again and again. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Jagannath Puri more than now?
Separation. Separation.
Can you repeat the question for
Why
all?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in Jagannath Puri? Of course, there's one reason his mom wanted, mother wanted, and but the another reason is, see, Jagannath is non-different. That area is not different from Vrindavan. That Thakur is called Geet Govind Thakur. Jagannath is called Geet Govind. And if you have the chance to look at Geet Govind, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu savored, it's written by Jayadev Goswami, it's all about Vrindavan. Meghe Rambaram Ityadi. First verse is about Vrindavan. So it's not different Vrindavan, yet it is not Vrindavan in the sense, so he could savor the separation. Thank you. And he came to do that, right? Radhaya Pranaya Vikriti Haladhini Shakti Resmar. And he wanted to feel why is Radha getting so much of happiness? हमें नहीं मिल रहा है, उनको मिल रहा है. So हम वो बन जाते हैं. I am not getting, they are getting. So how about I become that? That was the mood. And then separation, he created that. Does that make sense? Thank you. Shamlila Prabhu, you have something?
I just wanted to tell that yesterday's course in the morning. Chanting was really nice.
Please pray. I also follow and not only speak.
And since you said about Gopi, deep Govinda, so maybe next time we can just hear from you. Maybe something.
पिटवाने का काम ठाकुर जी की जो इच्छा. Yes, but Jagannath culture is not different than Geet Govind. Dashavta Stotra is there in Geet Govind. Yadi Harir Smarane Sarasam Mano Yadi Vilas Kalas Kutuhalam Tadeva Jayadeva Saraswati Tadeva Shinutata Jayadeva Saraswati. They talk about these things, and we know about the Mangal Geet, everybody knows. Shrita Kucha Kamala Jaya Jaya Deva Hare. However, then it becomes intense afterwards. So let's see what Thakurji desires. Thank you. Okay. More? Any other comments, reflections, thoughts, suggestions? Yesterday? Okay. Sutra 1 is just chant.
Chant.
Sutra 2 is as much as possible chant. Sutra 3rd is humbly
Humbly
chant.
chant.
And Sutra 4 is chant
Chant
to only chant.
chant.
Hare Krishna.
Actually, there is a recording. If anybody wants to hear it, it's in YouTube. You can hear the yesterday's class.
Tadeva Komala Kanta Padavalim Shinu Tada Jayadeva Saraswati. I was just remembering that. Okay. More thoughts, comments, reflections? We end here. Nayananvita, you have something? No? Jaishna? Really? Anybody else from our dear friends? No? Everything is okay? All right. So we end here. Okay. Huh? Much. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Shah.
In his praise, Harivamsa.
Jai.
So let us again express our deep gratitude to Prabhuji by loudly chanting 3 times Haribol.